Welcome to my channel HD Rare Coins 111, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. The story of the 2009 Lincoln penny is unlike any other in American coinage. This particular year marked a celebration of the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the United States Mint honored him in a truly special way. Collectors and historians alike consider it one of the most unique releases of the Lincoln Cent series, and among those coins, the 2009 D stands out in remarkable fashion. In 2009, the Mint broke tradition and released 4 different reverse designs for the penny. Each design represented a different stage in Lincoln's life, beginning with his humble log cabin birth in Kentucky, moving to his formative years in Indiana, continuing with his professional life in Illinois, and concluding with his presidency in Washington, D.C. For many collectors, this was not just a coin but a timeline of American history captured in copper-plated zinc. The Denver Mint, represented by the D Mint mark, played an important role in striking these coins. Millions were made, yet the details, finishes, and conditions vary greatly. While the general public saw them as everyday pocket change, numismatists began to look deeper, searching for coins of extraordinary quality, special varieties, and rare die errors. One of the most captivating aspects of the 2009 D Lincoln Cent is its symbolic significance. Unlike earlier pennies that carried one consistent reverse design, the 2009 cent became a teaching tool, showing Americans where their beloved president came from, how he rose, and how his journey shaped the nation. It was more than money, it was a history lesson in the palm of your hand. The first design, the birth and early childhood in Kentucky penny, features a small log cabin that represents Lincoln's birthplace. The detail of the wood and structure was carefully designed to give authenticity to the historical setting. Collectors admire this reverse for its simplicity and powerful symbolism. The second design, formative years in Indiana, shows a young Abraham Lincoln reading while taking a break from working with his hands. This depiction captures the essence of a boy who valued knowledge and growth, even while doing hard labor in the fields. It is one of the most admired designs of the 4. The third design, professional life in Illinois, presents Lincoln standing tall in front of the Illinois state capitol. This reflects his years as a lawyer and statesman, highlighting the pivotal chapter before he became president. It is a favorite among collectors who admire Lincoln's role as a self-made man. Finally, the 4th design, presidency in Washington, D.C., illustrates the U.S. Capitol dome still under construction, symbolizing a nation in progress under Lincoln's leadership. This was a particularly meaningful image because it connected directly to the challenges and triumphs of his presidency. Each of these reverses was struck at the Denver Mint, making 2009 D Lincoln Cents a fascinating group to collect. While most exist in large numbers, the true value lies in finding pristine examples or rare varieties. This is where the story of the 2009 D Cent takes an exciting turn. Collectors quickly learned that certain errors and varieties dramatically increased the value of these coins. Doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and striking anomalies became the holy grail for penny enthusiasts. A flawless 2009 D penny with the right error can transform a common coin into a treasure worth thousands. High-grade examples certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC can also fetch impressive sums. Coins that survive without scratches, blemishes, or wear are considered top-tier, and they are highly sought after in auctions. Collectors often describe these coins as gems, and for good reason. They shine with perfection. The copper-plated zinc composition of these coins also presents a challenge. They are prone to spots, discoloration, and surface issues, making well-preserved examples even rarer. For this reason, 2009 D pennies that remain in mint-state condition are celebrated as exceptional survivors. In the world of coin collecting, it is not just about rarity, but also about historical value. The 2009 Lincoln Cent captures both. It is the only year in the long-running Lincoln series that saw 4 different reverse designs, making it a must-have for any serious collection. The fascination extends beyond the United States as well. International collectors view the 2009 pennies as miniature works of art, carrying the story of one of the world's most influential leaders. This global appeal further increases the desirability of high-grade specimens. Auctions have revealed just how much excitement surrounds these coins. When rare varieties or high-grade 2009 Lincoln Cents appear, bidding wars often break out among collectors eager to add one to their collection. These events highlight the ongoing passion and demand for this coin. The coins designed by artists such as Richard Masters and Jim Licoretz added an artistic brilliance that elevated the Lincoln Cent to new heights. Their attention to detail ensured that each reverse told its own story while maintaining harmony with the obverse portrait of Lincoln by Victor David Brenner. One cannot overlook the cultural impact of this coin release. For schools, history buffs, and coin enthusiasts, the 2009 Lincoln penny became a gateway into deeper learning about American history. Many educators used it as a tool to spark discussions about Lincoln's values and the growth of the United States. For everyday Americans, finding a 2009 penny in their pocket change may have seemed insignificant, but those who held onto them often discovered later that they possessed a piece of history worth more than its face value. This is what makes coin collecting so thrilling, the possibility that a simple coin could be a hidden gem. The Denver Mint's production of these coins added a level of charm. Coins from Denver often carry sharper details, and many collectors prefer them over Philadelphia issues for this reason. The Mint mark has become a favorite among numismatists. As the years pass, the availability of pristine 2009 Lincoln Cents decreases. Time naturally reduces the number of coins that remain in uncirculated condition, which drives up the value of those that survive in near-perfect form. Serious collectors recommend storing these coins in protective holders to preserve their luster and condition. Proper care ensures that they retain their value and remain appealing to future generations. The demand for 2009 pennies is not just about rarity but also about sentiment. People admire Abraham Lincoln for his leadership, his perseverance, and his enduring legacy. Owning a coin that tells his story through multiple designs is a deeply meaningful experience. When analyzing the market, experts point out that the 2009 penny is a modern coin with classic appeal. Unlike other coins struck in enormous numbers, this one has a unique narrative that sets it apart. That narrative drives its collectability. Young collectors often start their journey with the Lincoln Cent, and the 2009 issues provide a perfect introduction. With 4 designs to chase and the possibility of valuable varieties, it is a fun and educational entry point into numismatics. Older collectors appreciate it for a different reason. For them, it represents the blending of history, artistry, and rarity. It is both a modern treasure and a symbol of the past, linking 2 worlds in a small copper-plated disc. The 2009 Lincoln Cent series will forever be remembered as a highlight in U.S. coinage. Whether you focus on the 2009 or collect all mint marks and designs, you are participating in a celebration of Lincoln's life and American heritage. As time continues to pass, the 2009 Lincoln Cent will only grow in importance. Fewer high-quality examples will remain available, and their historical significance will become even more appreciated. For collectors who are fortunate enough to own one of the finest and rarest examples, the reward can be extraordinary. The market has shown time and again that these coins are capable of achieving impressive prices. And now, the most stunning fact of all, a remarkable specimen of the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny 2009 has been valued at an astonishing $65,000. Top 2. In 2009, the United States Mint did something truly extraordinary with the Lincoln Cent. It was no ordinary year for coinage, because it marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. To honor this milestone, the penny was redesigned in a way that made history itself shine through the copper-plated surface. For the first time in decades, the familiar reverse of the Lincoln Memorial was replaced. Instead of just one new design, collectors and the public were treated to 4 different reverse images. Each design told a story about a different stage in Lincoln's incredible life, giving the humble penny a level of storytelling power that it had never carried before. Millions of these coins entered circulation, and while most were spent, tucked away, or forgotten, some became prized possessions. The 2009 Lincoln penny is a fascinating study in how coins can capture not only economic value but also the spirit of a nation's history. The first reverse design, birth and early childhood in Kentucky, depicted the simple log cabin where Lincoln was born in 1809. This image is iconic, reminding Americans of his humble origins. It speaks of a president who began life with almost nothing and rose to lead a divided nation. The second design, Formative Years in Indiana, portrays a young Lincoln reading a book while taking a break from rail-splitting work. The symbolism is powerful, showing that even through hard labor, education and ambition guided his future. The third design, Professional Life in Illinois, places Lincoln at the heart of his legal and political career. Standing tall before the Illinois state capitol, he is presented as a lawyer and lawmaker, building the reputation that would eventually carry him to the presidency. The fourth design, Presidency in Washington, D.C., shows the United States Capitol dome under construction. This detail reflected both Lincoln's leadership and the nation's struggle to grow during a time of war. The unfinished dome symbolized a country still shaping its identity. All four designs captured not just history but emotion. They told a story in 4 chapters, right on the coins people held in their hands every day. It was as though each penny became a miniature textbook of Lincoln's life. The obverse remained unchanged, still bearing the timeless portrait of Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. But for 2009, this familiar face was paired with stories that deepened his legacy. Collectors loved the contrast between old and new. What makes these coins particularly special is the sheer artistry involved. Designers like Richard Masters and Jim Licoretz carefully sculpted every detail, ensuring that Lincoln's story was not only accurate but beautifully presented. For many, the coins became keepsakes rather than mere pocket change. Beyond their designs, the 2009 pennies also carry importance because of their timing. Released in the wake of economic challenges in the United States, they reminded people of resilience, growth, and leadership. They were more than coins. They were symbols of inspiration. Collectors began to notice that not all 2009 pennies were created equal. While billions were minted, condition and quality varied greatly. Pristine, uncirculated examples quickly became the focus of numismatists searching for perfection. Era coins also added excitement. Doubled dies, striking anomalies, and other rare varieties transformed some ordinary pennies into coins worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These errors made the hunt for 2009 pennies all the more thrilling. Another key factor lies in grading. Coins that have been preserved in high mint state grades, certified by services like PCGS or NGC, stand apart from the rest. A 2009 penny in such condition is far more desirable and valuable than one that has circulated. The metal composition also adds an interesting aspect. These coins were made of copper-plated zinc, a material prone to spots and imperfections. This makes flawless examples even harder to find, which in turn increases their value. As time has passed, the availability of untouched 2009 pennies has shrunk. Many have been spent or worn down, leaving fewer opportunities to discover truly gem-quality examples. This scarcity boosts the worth of those that remain in superb condition. Another reason collectors treasure the 2009 penny is its unique place in Lincoln cent history. Since 1959, the reverse had consistently shown the Lincoln Memorial. To suddenly have 4 brand new reverses in 1 year made the 2009 penny unlike anything before or after. For younger collectors, the 2009 penny often serves as a gateway into coin collecting. It offers 4 different designs to chase, each linked to Lincoln's journey. It is both educational and fun, making it a perfect introduction to numismatics. For seasoned collectors, these coins represent a highlight in modern U.S. mint history. They embody the blending of artistry, history, and collectability, wrapped into the smallest denomination of American currency. International interest has also grown around the 2009 pennies. Lincoln's global reputation as a leader and symbol of democracy makes these coins appealing to collectors worldwide. That global demand only strengthens their value in the numismatic market, auction houses have showcased the passion surrounding these coins. When rare era varieties or high-grade examples appear for bidding, competition can be fierce. The final prices often surprise even experienced collectors, reflecting the growing enthusiasm. The cultural impact cannot be ignored either. Teachers, parents, and history buffs have used the 2009 pennies to share Lincoln's story with new generations. This educational angle gives the coins an added depth beyond their monetary value. Every coin tells a story, but the 2009 Lincoln penny tells four. Each design is like a window into the past, reminding Americans of Lincoln's struggles, values, and triumphs. It is no wonder collectors cherish them so dearly. Over time, fewer pristine examples will remain in circulation. Coins naturally wear down, get damaged, or disappear into private collections. This gradual decline in supply ensures that surviving high-grade specimens will always hold special significance. Those who own these coins in top condition are holding more than copper-plated zinc. They are holding a piece of history, a piece of artistry, and a piece of national pride. It is an extraordinary combination that few other modern coins can match. The 2009 penny is also a reminder of how even the smallest coin can carry the biggest story. From a log cabin to the White House, from poverty to presidency, it embodies the American dream. Today, collectors recognize that the 2009 Lincoln penny will always stand apart. It is a one-year event that may never be repeated in U.S. coinage, and that uniqueness guarantees its enduring appeal. And now, for those wondering about its ultimate value, certain rare examples of the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny 2009 have been valued at an incredible $55,000. Top 3. The Lincoln cent has always been a coin of great historical and cultural importance in the United States, but the year 2009 made it unforgettable. In that year, the nation honored the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth with a special series of pennies unlike any other before them. For generations, Americans had carried pennies with the image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but 2009 was a year of change. The United States Mint decided to tell Lincoln's life story through 4 distinct reverse designs. This decision turned the ordinary penny into a miniature history book. Millions of Americans noticed these coins in their change, but not everyone realized the deeper meaning behind them. Collectors, however, immediately recognized that this was a once-in-a-lifetime event, something that would forever mark 2009 pennies as unique. The first reverse, Birth and Early Childhood in Kentucky, featured a modest log cabin, symbolizing Lincoln's humble beginning. It reminded people that even great leaders often come from the simplest of origins. The second design, Formative Years in Indiana, showed a young Lincoln seated on a log, reading a book while taking a break from his physical labor. This design spoke volumes about his determination to learn and his belief in the power of knowledge. The third reverse, Professional Life in Illinois, highlighted his years as a lawyer and politician. With Lincoln standing tall before the Illinois state capitol, this coin captured the transition from ordinary citizen to influential leader. The fourth design, Presidency in Washington, D.C., portrayed the U.S. Capitol dome under construction. This detail connected Lincoln's presidency to the ongoing progress of the nation, even through the turbulence of the Civil War. Together, these 4 designs created a timeline of Lincoln's life, all within a single year of coinage. For everyday people, it was a reminder of Lincoln's legacy. For collectors, it was an irresistible opportunity. The obverse of the coin still carried Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Lincoln, the design that had been present since 1909. Yet in 2009, this portrait gained even greater meaning when paired with the life story shown on the reverse. The Denver and Philadelphia mints both produced these coins, and while the numbers struck were high, the challenge lies in finding coins that have survived in pristine condition. Circulation often leaves scratches, wear, or discoloration, but uncirculated coins tell a different story. Collectors began searching for flawless examples graded at the highest levels by professional services like PCGS and NGC. These are the coins that truly stand out in value and desirability. Adding to the excitement are the era varieties that emerged during production. Doubled dies, off-center strikes, and other anomalies created rare versions of the 2009 penny, and these became the treasures everyone wanted to find. the material of the coin also plays an important role. By 2009, pennies were made of copper-plated zinc, a metal combination that is notorious for spotting and surface problems. This makes high-quality survivors especially rare. The designs themselves were praised for their artistry. Sculptors and engravers carefully balanced history with aesthetics, ensuring that each design looked beautiful on the tiny surface of a penny. These coins truly blurred the line between currency and artwork. Teachers and historians found the 2009 penny series particularly useful. They could hand students a coin and explain Lincoln's story directly through its imagery. This gave the penny a new role as both money and a teaching tool. In the world of auctions, 2009 pennies in the highest grades began to sell for remarkable amounts. Collectors battled for ownership of coins that combined rarity, history, and condition. What began as pocket change had turned into prized collectibles. The cultural significance of these coins extends beyond their designs. They were released during a time when Americans were reflecting on their history and values. Lincoln's story of perseverance and leadership resonated deeply in 2009. International collectors also took an interest. Lincoln is admired worldwide as a symbol of freedom and democracy, and the 2009 pennies became popular additions to collections far beyond the United States. While the general public may still overlook them as ordinary coins, serious collectors know that the 2009 Lincoln cent occupies a very special place in American coinage. Its uniqueness ensures that it will never fade into obscurity. These coins also stand as a reminder that even the smallest denomination in U.S. currency can carry an enormous legacy. The penny may be worth just 1 cent in everyday use, but in the right condition, its value can soar. The 2009 series bridges the gap between the past and present. It honors history while reminding future generations that leadership, integrity, and determination remain timeless values. For collectors, the thrill lies in the hunt, searching rolls, attending coin shows, and examining each penny for that one extraordinary example that might be hiding in plain sight. Each of the 4 reverses has its own group of admirers. Some collectors focus on just one design, while others seek to own all 4 in the highest grades possible. Either way, the chase keeps the 2009 penny alive in the world of numismatics. The coins are also a gateway into deeper collecting. Many people who started with the 2009 Lincoln pennies went on to build entire Lincoln cent collections, tracing the history back to 1909. Even though billions of pennies were minted in 2009, the number of truly exceptional pieces is very small. That limited supply, paired with the strong demand, ensures that values remain strong and continue to grow. It is not just about financial worth, it is about owning a tangible piece of American history. Holding a 2009 penny is like holding a fragment of Lincoln's story. As the years pass, the 2009 penny will only become more celebrated. Its connection to Lincoln's bicentennial gives it a significance that no other modern cent can claim. For those lucky enough to have discovered one of the finest examples, the reward has been substantial. A truly remarkable specimen of the United States of America, Lincoln 1 cent penny 2009 has been valued at an astounding $67,000. Top 4. The year 2009 will forever be remembered as one of the most remarkable years in the history of the Lincoln cent. This was not just another ordinary minting year. It was a celebration of Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday and a historic turning point for the humble penny. For the first time in 50 years, the reverse design of the Lincoln cent was replaced, and instead of a single design, the United States Mint released 4 different reverses, each capturing a defining stage in Lincoln's life. This instantly made 2009 pennies some of the most talked about coins of modern times. Millions of Americans noticed something different about their pocket change. Suddenly, pennies weren't just plain currency. They told stories, they sparked conversations, and they carried history on their tiny copper surfaces. The first of the 4 designs depicted Lincoln's birthplace, a simple log cabin in rural Kentucky. This design honored the humble beginnings of a man who would go on to become one of the most influential leaders in world history. The second design showed a young Lincoln in Indiana, seated on a log with a book in hand. This design symbolized his hunger for knowledge, his determination to rise above his circumstances, and his devotion to education. The third reverse presented Lincoln in Illinois, standing before the state capitol as a lawyer and public servant. This design represented his years of professional growth, highlighting the foundation of the leadership qualities that prepared him for the presidency. The fourth and final design showcased the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C., still under construction during Lincoln's presidency. It symbolized both a nation in progress and Lincoln's steady guidance through one of the most turbulent times in American history. Each of these designs gave Americans a deeper connection to Lincoln, turning everyday pocket change into tiny history lessons. Collectors were immediately drawn to the uniqueness of the series, knowing that such an event would never be repeated. On the obverse, the penny retained Victor David Brenner's timeless portrait of Lincoln, the design first introduced in 1909. Paired with the new reverses, the obverse felt fresh again, as though Lincoln's image was looking back at his own life story. The United States Mint struck billions of these coins, both in Philadelphia and Denver, but condition and detail would determine which coins rose above the rest. Collectors soon learned that flawless examples could command attention far beyond face value. Grading services such as PCGS and NGC began certifying the finest 2009 Lincoln Cents, and high mint state examples quickly became prized. In the world of numismatics, the difference between a circulated coin and a gem-quality coin can be enormous. Era varieties also added to the fascination. Doubled dies, die cracks, and off-center strikes transformed common pennies into rare treasures. Collectors scoured rolls of 2009 cents in search of these elusive pieces. The coin's composition, copper-plated zinc, introduced another challenge. This metal combination is notorious for developing spots and imperfections over time, which makes locating flawless examples even more difficult. Because of these factors, high-grade 2009 pennies are not as common as the overall mintage might suggest. The search for the best examples has become part of the thrill for collectors across the country. Beyond rarity and condition, the cultural significance of these coins sets them apart. They are more than just money. They are commemorations of Lincoln's legacy and the values he stood for. Teachers, parents, and historians often use the 2009 pennies to spark conversations about Lincoln's life. A single coin can open a window into a story of perseverance, leadership, and unity. In auctions, 2009 Lincoln Cents in perfect condition have captured the attention of passionate bidders. The excitement often drives final prices to levels that surprise even experienced numismatists. These coins also hold a special appeal for beginning collectors. They are recent enough to be found in circulation, yet unique enough to inspire curiosity. Many young coin enthusiasts begin their collecting journey with the 2009 Lincoln Cent series. For seasoned collectors, the appeal comes from rarity, beauty, and symbolism. It is a modern coin that carries the weight of history, a perfect blend of contemporary design and timeless storytelling. Each of the four reverses has its own following. Some collectors are drawn to the simplicity of the log cabin, while others prefer the symbolism of the unfinished Capitol dome. The variety ensures that every collector finds a favorite. Over the years, the number of pristine 2009 Lincoln Cents has naturally declined. Coins circulate, wear, and become damaged, leaving fewer survivors in top condition. This ongoing process increases the value of the best examples. Even outside the United States, these coins have gained popularity. Lincoln's reputation as a champion of democracy resonates worldwide, and international collectors prize the 2009 cents as pieces of American heritage. The artistry of these coins is another reason for their enduring appeal. Every detail, from the wood of the cabin to the steps of the Capitol, was carefully engraved to tell a vivid story. They are works of miniature art that fit in the palm of your hand. For many collectors, the 2009 penny represents an ideal blend of affordability and potential. While some examples remain easy to find, the rarest and finest can reach values that shock those unfamiliar with the coin world. It is this combination of accessibility, rarity, and history that keeps collectors chasing after 2009 Lincoln Cents. They are coins that bridge generations, linking the story of Lincoln with the modern world. And perhaps most importantly, they remind us that even the smallest coin can carry the largest meaning. The 2009 Lincoln Cent is proof that a penny can be more than just 1 cent. It can be a piece of history, a collectible, and a treasure. Today, the fascination with these coins continues to grow. Collectors know that their significance will only increase with time, as fewer pristine examples remain available to the public. For those fortunate enough to own one of the finest specimens, the rewards have been impressive. A truly exceptional example of the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny 2009 has been valued at an astonishing $59,000. Top 5. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, but certain years stand out as truly special to collectors. One such year is 1966, a period in U.S. history when coin collecting was at its peak, and the mint was making changes that continue to fascinate numismatists today. The year 1966 was part of a transitional time in the United States Mint. In the mid-1960s, the country faced a coin shortage, and this directly affected the production of coins, including the humble Lincoln penny. To solve this issue, the Mint made several unusual decisions that make 1966 coins distinct. One of the most important changes was the suspension of mint marks. From 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint did not use any mint marks at all. That means every 1966 penny, no matter where it was struck, carries no indication of its origin. This makes the coin instantly recognizable and adds an element of mystery to its production history. For collectors, this absence of mint marks was both frustrating and intriguing. It meant that pennies from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco could not be distinguished. Today, this unusual detail is part of what makes the 1966 Lincoln cent fascinating to study. In terms of design, the 1966 penny continued to feature Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This iconic image had already been in use for more than half a century, and it remained beloved by the American public. On the reverse, Frank Gasparo's depiction of the Lincoln Memorial remained unchanged. The design highlighted the national monument with remarkable precision, and if you look closely, you can even see a tiny representation of the statue of Lincoln inside the memorial. The composition of the 1966 penny was the traditional bronze alloy, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This gives the coin its warm reddish-brown color and makes it distinct from the zinc-based pennies of more recent decades. Although over 2 billion pennies were struck in 1966, the conditions surrounding their minting make them much more interesting than the numbers suggest. Not all coins were struck with the same quality, and the lack of mint marks creates an additional layer of rarity for certain varieties. Another feature that makes 1966 pennies desirable is their condition. Circulated examples are common, but uncirculated, high-grade specimens are far scarcer. Coins with original luster and sharp details attract strong attention from collectors. Professional grading services play a key role in determining which 1966 pennies are truly exceptional. A penny graded at MS65 or higher is rare, and such examples can achieve extraordinary prices at auctions. Collectors also search for special errors and varieties. Die cracks, doubled dies, and striking anomalies are among the types of errors found on some 1966 cents. These rare mistakes transform an otherwise ordinary penny into a highly valuable collectible. Because the mid-1960s were such an unusual time in U.S. mint history, the 1966 penny holds special significance for those who study coinage. It reflects the challenges of the era, when coin shortages led to experimental policies and unusual minting practices. This was also the time when the mint temporarily ended proof set production. Instead, it issued special mint sets from 1965 to 1967. These sets contained coins struck with better quality than circulation strikes but not as refined as proofs. The 1966 penny from these sets is especially desirable. Special mint set pennies often have sharper details and more attractive finishes, and collectors prize them for their beauty. Finding a well-preserved 1966 SMS cent can be a highlight in any collection. The 1966 penny also marks an important chapter in the history of American numismatics because it represents the balance between tradition and change. The design remained familiar, but the policies surrounding its minting were unlike anything before or after. Over time, more and more collectors began to recognize the historical importance of these coins. They realized that while billions had been made, very few survived in the kind of pristine condition that commands premium prices today. This is why searching through old rolls and collections can sometimes lead to incredible discoveries. A high-grade 1966 penny may be hiding in plain sight, waiting to be found by a sharp-eyed collector. The coin also carries sentimental value for many Americans. It represents a time of cultural change in the 1960s, a period when the nation was undergoing tremendous social, political, and economic shifts. Holding a 1966 penny feels like holding a small piece of that era. In the broader Lincoln Cents series, the 1966 coin is often underestimated by casual collectors. Yet among serious numismatists, it is recognized as an essential piece for anyone seeking to understand the evolution of U.S. coinage. Over the decades, auction records have shown the surprising potential of this coin. While circulated pieces may only be worth face value, rare uncirculated or error examples have fetched astonishing prices. The beauty of coin collecting lies in this contrast. A penny that seems ordinary to most can be worth thousands to the trained eye. The 1966 Lincoln Cent is a perfect example of that hidden potential. Every detail matters: the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, the brilliance of the luster, the absence of blemishes, and even the presence of unique minting errors. These qualities elevate an ordinary coin into a remarkable collectible. Collectors know that the Lincoln Cent is not just about money. It is about history, art, and the story of a nation told through its smallest coin. The 1966 penny embodies that perfectly. As time goes on, fewer pristine examples remain available. Each year, coins are lost, damaged, or overlooked. This natural scarcity ensures that the finest survivors will only become more valuable with time. For those passionate about the Lincoln Cent, the 1966 penny is not just another date, it is a symbol of resilience during a challenging time in minting history. It is a coin that rewards careful study and dedicated collecting. Whether it comes from circulation, a special mint set, or a rare error variety, the 1966 penny continues to inspire fascination. It is one of those coins that prove the joy of collecting is in the details. And for collectors lucky enough to own the very finest examples, the reward can be extraordinary. A remarkable specimen of the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny 1966 has been valued at an astonishing $182,000.